Hello everyone, how are you? This is Meaningful Intuitive Guided Tarot here. I hope everyone's day has been going well, the start of a new week on Monday. I am coming to you, as you may already have noticed my title, speaking about Spotlight on America. The topic that I have chosen to speak upon is about a crisis that obviously has not been known or hasn't been highlighted in the headlines on your news. This topic that I am going to discuss with you all is something that has come to light over the weekend, and I gave it thought and felt that I was compelled to bring insight into bring an awareness, if you will, on this matter. And the topic that I am talking about has to do with the opioid drug fentanyl. The question here is there an opioid crisis that's taking place here in the U.S.? This will be this topic that I have chosen to discuss with you all, my fellow subscribers, viewers alike. If you wish to not, if you're not drawn to hearing about this, by all means, you can click off. But for those of you that are interested or curious to see what this fentanyl crisis is all about, I encourage you to stick around. To those that may or may not become or is aware that there is the majority of overdose deaths involves opioid. Let me say that again. Some of you may or may not, as I think the majority of us know, that the majority of overdose deaths involves opioids. Drug overdoses, both fatal and non-fatal, continue to impact our nation here in the U.S. Overdose deaths remain a leading cause of injury-related death in the United States. So much so that this opioid fentanyl has been deemed an epidemic that continues to worsen in the United States. Today, I am bringing awareness of this crisis to you. Why? Because it's a topic for concern, as fentanyl is killing more young Americans than COVID-19, ranging from adults aging from 18 to 45, and has been a major issue for concern since 2020 and 2021. But disturbingly, and unbeknownst to many, fentanyl has quickly, and more importantly, it has quietly become the leading cause of death, claiming over 40,000 lives within the year from 2020 to 2021, resulting in almost twice of the deaths that were linked to those lives that was lost, unfortunately, to COVID-19, even cancer and car accidents. Far too many Americans have unfortunately lost loved ones due to opioid overdose, and millions will continue to currently suffer substance use disorder. So due to the fact that this reality has failed to make headlines, to make people aware of this epidemic crisis, fentanyl crisis demands attention immediately and border security. Why border security, you may ask? Well, because it's noted that the vast majority of fentanyl is manufactured in a country that I will conceal at this time, that it enters the United States via the southwest border. The compounding border crisis is exacerbating the illicit fentanyl stream coming into America. In 2021 alone, border officials encountered nearly 2 million illegal immigrants, seizing over 11,000 pounds of the drug fentanyl. Border Patrol officers have realized that the price of fentanyl on the streets have dropped 50%, indicating a massive influx in supply, making its way through the U.S. border. Often it's the supplemental choice of drug. It is often the supplemental choice for smugglers and dealers due to this synthetic opioid being cheaper than heroin. But the effects is more potent in that it is 80 to 100 times more stronger than morphine. And we know morphine on its own is a very powerful and strong drug. The big question for today is, how do we combat or eradicate this epidemic crisis from possibly heading into a pandemic crisis? Yes, it can possibly head toward a pandemic. In addition to border security and any other measures in which the United States is taking to combat this devastating crisis, what else is needed moving forward? Let's see what my tools, the tarot cards, will have to say and highlight as the source for the solution. What would be the outcome of all of this? Well, momentarily, I will come back to you. This will be a part 2 and an extension to this matter and me bringing awareness to this crisis. Be back with my tools, the tarot, to looking further as to what is going on. Will this be an eradication moving forward? Be back momentarily.